Here's something most people never think about when they're standing in the dairy aisle. There's a federal law in this country, the Act of March 4, 1923, if you want to look it up, that says exactly what can be called butter. It's been on the books for over 100 years, and it's short. To use that word, butter, a product has to be made only from milk or cream, maybe a little salt, maybe a little coloring, and it has to be at least 80% milk fat. That's it. That's the whole rule. European butter, just for reference, has to hit 82%, a slightly higher bar, which is part of why Irish and French butters taste a little richer. But in America, 80 is the line. So here's the strange part. A lot of the tubs and sticks sitting right there in that same case with sunny yellow lids and words like buttery and sweet cream printed across the front don't actually meet that standard. Some of them don't contain a single drop of cream, and at least one of them has the word butter right there on the box while it's quietly mixing in canola oil. Today we're going to walk through 12 of them that aren't what the label makes you think they are, and then 6 that genuinely are the real thing, cream and salt, nothing else. Let's start with the ones to skip. 12. I can't believe it's not butter. We might as well start with the one that tells you the truth right in its name. I can't believe it's not butter is not butter, and it's never pretended to be. The joke has been running since the 1980s. But flip it over and read the panel, because it's a good lesson in what these products actually are. The first ingredient is water. After that, you get a blend of oils. Depending on which tub you grab, that's soybean, palm kernel, and palm, or a canola version. Then salt, then soy or sunflower lecithin, then natural flavors, lactic acid, a few added vitamins, and beta-carotene for color. There's no cream anywhere on that list. What you're buying is water and vegetable oil, whipped together and flavored to taste like the thing it's named after. It's a fine product for what it is. It just isn't butter. 11. Country Crock. Country Crock has that farmhouse name and the little tub that looks like something off a country kitchen table. It's been around since 1981, and the ingredients are cut from the same cloth. Purified water first, then soybean oil, then palm kernel and palm oil, salt, soy lecithin, a bit of vinegar, natural flavors, and coloring. On the label, it's called a 40% vegetable oil spread, which is the company being accurate. 40% oil, a lot of water, no cream. That's why it stays soft straight out of the fridge, and that's also why it can't legally be called butter. I'll add one note here. Country Crock also sells a line called plant butter. And as of this recording, that line is tied up in a few class action lawsuits over how the olive oil and avocado oil versions are marketed. The claim being that those front label oils aren't really the main oils inside. Those are allegations working through the courts right now, not settled facts, so I'm not going to tell you how they turn out. I'm just telling you they exist. 10. Smart Balance. Smart Balance built its whole identity around heart health. The name is about balancing your fats, and I want to be fair here. It's lower in saturated fat than butter, and that's a real thing some people are told to watch. But we're not judging health today. We're judging one question. Is it butter? And it isn't. The base is a vegetable oil blend of palm and canola, then water, then a long tail of ingredients. Olive oil, salt, pea protein, natural and artificial flavors, sunflower lecithin, vitamins, monoglycerides, flaxseed oil, and a set of preservatives to keep it fresh. It's an engineered spread. A thoughtfully engineered one maybe, but not cream and salt. 9. Brumel and Brown. This one's interesting because it leans on yogurt to sound wholesome. Brumel and Brown is made with real yogurt, and that's printed proudly on the tub. Here's what "with yogurt" actually means once you read it. Purified water, soybean oil, then non-fat yogurt, then palm kernel and palm oil, modified tapioca starch, salt, mono, and diglycerides, potassium sorbate, and so on down the line. The yogurt is about 10% of the tub. The bones of it are still water and vegetable oil. The yogurt is a headline, not the recipe. 8. Earth Balance. Earth Balance is the one you reach for if you're avoiding dairy altogether. It's vegan. It's in a lot of plant-based kitchens, and for that purpose, it does its job. which also means, by definition, there's no cream and no milk, no lactose, no whey protein, none of it. So it was never going to make the butter cut. The list is a blend of palm, canola, soybean, and flaxseed oils, water, salt, natural flavor, pea protein, sunflower lecithin, a little olive oil, lactic acid, and annatto for color. If you need dairy-free, this is a legitimate choice. It's just squarely a spread, not butter. 7. Bluebonnet. Now we're into the old margarine names, the ones that have been on shelves for generations. Bluebonnet is one of them. The sticks are a vegetable oil blend: soybean, palm, palm kernel, then water, salt, and under 2% of a handful of helpers: mono and diglycerides, soy lecithin, whey, phosphoric acid, natural flavor, color, and vitamin A. The current boxes advertise no hydrogenated oil, which is a genuine improvement. Here's why that matters. Partially hydrogenated oils were the source of artificial trans fats, and after decades of research linking them to heart disease, the FDA banned them outright in 2018. That's the whole reason old-school margarine got such a bad reputation. It was essentially a trans fat delivery system. So yes, no hydrogenated oil is real progress. But an improved margarine is still margarine. It's oil and water, not cream. 6. Parquet. If you're over 50, you might remember the Parquet commercials where the tub said its own name. It's been a grocery fixture forever, and the recipe is right in line with the rest of this group. Soybean, palm, and palm kernel oil, water, salt, then the small print. Emulsifiers, whey, preservatives, natural and artificial flavor, and acidulant, vitamin A, and beta-carotene for that yellow. Parquet is nostalgia. It's just not butter, and it never was. 5. Promise. Promise is another heart-forward spread sold to people watching their cholesterol. 0 milligrams of cholesterol on the label, which is true, because there's no animal fat in it to have any. It's a soybean oil-based spread with water, emulsifiers, and added flavor doing the work. Same category as the others. A spread that promises to taste like butter is still telling you, right in the sentence, that it isn't. 4. Benecol. Benecol is a little different, and I want to give it its due. It's built around something called plant stanol esters, which have actual research behind them for lowering cholesterol. That's a real functional ingredient, not marketing. But look at the base it's delivered in. Canola oil, water, palm, and palm kernel oil, the plant stanol ester, a little salt and buttermilk, an emulsifier, preservatives, artificial flavor, and vitamins. It's essentially a medicine-style ingredient carried inside a vegetable oil spread. If your doctor pointed you here, fine. Just know you're buying a spread with a job to do, not butter. 3. Land O'Lakes margarine and fresh buttery taste spread. Here's where it gets sneaky, and this is the part I really want you to catch. Land O'Lakes is one of the most trusted butter names in America. Genuinely, it was voted the most trusted butter brand in a 2026 shopper study of more than 35,000 people. But Land O'Lakes doesn't just sell butter. It also sells a margarine and a fresh buttery taste spread. And they sit in the same case wearing the same familiar brand. The margarine is 80% vegetable oil, palm, palm kernel, soybean, plus water and buttermilk, but no cream. The fresh buttery taste spread leads with soybean oil. Same trusted name on the front, completely different thing inside. If you grab fast, you can absolutely take home the oil version thinking you got the butter. 2. Land O'Lakes butter with canola oil. And this is the one that made me want to make this whole video, because it takes that same trick and puts it right on the front of the box in plain language. The product is called Land O'Lakes butter with canola oil. The ingredients are pasteurized sweet cream, canola oil, and salt. So there is real cream in there. That part's honest. But the moment you blend in canola oil, it drops below that 80% milk fat line, and it is no longer butter under the law. It's a blend, and yet the biggest word on the package is butter, and the second thing your eye catches is sweet cream. Everything about the front of that box is designed to read as butter, while the oil sits quietly in the ingredient list. It's spreadable because of the oil. It's not butter because of the oil. Both things are true at once. 1. Kerrygold Soft and Kerrygold with olive oil. I'm ending the skip list with this one on purpose because Kerrygold is beloved. That gold foil, the Irish grass-fed cream, it's the good stuff. And their actual butter absolutely belongs on the real list, which is coming up. But Kerrygold also makes spreadable tubs, and those are a different animal. Kerrygold Soft is Irish butter blended with rapeseed oil. That's canola. And Kerrygold Irish butter with olive oil is exactly what it says, cream and salt with olive oil mixed in. The second you add those oils, you're below the butter standard again. Now, and please hear this clearly because it's easy to get wrong, Kerrygold's Naturally Softer is not one of these. That one is pure Irish butter with no added oil. It's soft because of the rich summer milk, not because of canola. So the rule with Kerrygold is simple. The block and Naturally Softer are real butter. Soft and with olive oil are blends. Read the tub. So that's the pattern. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Water, vegetable oil, a flavor to fake the taste, a color to fake the look, and a trusted sounding name on the front. None of it is a scandal. These are legal, they're labeled, and some of them exist for good reasons like allergies or cholesterol, but not one of them is butter. So let's flip it around. What does real butter actually look like when you turn the package over? Here are 6 you can buy in ordinary American stores where the ingredient list is almost boringly short. 6. Great value salted butter. Walmart. Let's start cheap because real butter does not have to mean expensive. Walmart's own great value salted butter is graded USDA AA. That's the highest grade, meaning it scored 93 points or above on a flavor and quality scale. And the USDA has actual graders who taste through samples every single week to certify that. The ingredient list is 2 words, pasteurized cream and salt. That's it. That's real butter for store brand money. One small heads up. The unsalted great value adds a natural flavor. So if you want the shortest possible list, the salted stick is the cleaner pick here. 5. Challenge butter. Challenge is a West Coast staple that a lot of people outside California don't know, made by a dairy farmer cooperative. Salted Challenge butter is pasteurized sweet cream and salt, graded AA. No oils, no flavors, no filler. It's about as straightforward as butter gets. 4. Organic Valley butter. If organic matters to you, Organic Valley is a co-op of organic family farms, and the butter reads exactly how you'd hope. The salted version is organic sweet cream and salt, right at that 80% butterfat mark. The unsalted is actually cultured, cream fermented with a little lactic acid, which gives it a deeper, slightly tangy flavor. Both are the real thing. 3. Tillamook butter. Tillamook, out of Oregon, makes a butter that's a step richer than the standard. About 81% butterfat, just over the legal minimum. I'll be straight with you about one thing, because I don't want you to catch it and think I missed it. Tillamook's label does list natural flavor, but in their case, that's a milk-derived starter distillate. A cultured milk flavor, not vegetable oil, not a synthetic. The fat here is cream, full stop. This is real butter, just with a little dairy flavoring to round it out. 2. Land O'Lakes butter. Yes, the same brand from the skip list, because this is the whole point of the video. Land O'Lakes real butter, the plain salted sticks, is pasteurized sweet cream and salt. Full stop. It's the best-selling refrigerated butter in the country for a reason, and there is nothing wrong with it. The lesson was never avoid Land O'Lakes. The lesson is that the same trusted name sells you butter, and sells you oil spreads a few inches apart on the same shelf, and only one of them is the thing you came for. Read the box, and this brand is a fine choice. 1. Kerrygold Pure Irish Butter. And number 1 is the one I promised to bring back. Kerrygold's actual block, the gold foil, is pasteurized cream and salt from Irish grass-fed cows that graze on pasture most of the year. Because those cattle eat fresh grass rather than grain-heavy feed, the cream they produce is naturally richer in beta-carotene and healthy fats, which is exactly why the butter is such a deep yellow without anyone adding a dye. It also hits closer to that 82% European milk fat standard, which is part of why it tastes richer than most American butters. It's European style, a little richer than American butter, and it's cream and salt and nothing else. This is what the word is supposed to mean. Just remember what we said. The block and naturally softer are the real deal. Leave the soft and the olive oil tubs on the shelf. A couple of honorable mentions while I've got you, since they're just as real and easy to find. Costco's Kirkland Signature Butter, President, and Trader Joe's House Butter are all cream and salt as well. Check the sticker on the exact bar you pick up, since butterfat and sourcing can vary, but they belong in this group. And one more thing worth knowing. If you want to go even further up the milk fat ladder, look into GA, clarified butter with the water and milk solids cooked out, which comes in at nearly 100% milk fat. It's the purest form butter can take, used in everything from Indian cooking to the health-conscious corner of the internet, and it starts with the same cream we've been talking about all video. So here's what I'd leave you with. The next time you're in that aisle, you don't need to memorize 12 brand names or trust anybody's list, including mine. You just need to turn the package over and read 4 or 5 words. If it says cream and maybe salt, you've got butter. If it says water and vegetable oil, you've got a spread, and that's fine, as long as it's the thing you actually meant to buy. Now I'm curious about you. Go open your own refrigerator, pull out whatever's in the butter spot right now, and read the first ingredient out loud. Is it cream or is it water? Tell me in the comments what you found, because I'd bet some of you are about to be surprised. If reading the label with me was useful, subscribe and stick around. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.